Now, even though I pulled my catalog from Spotify, I do understand the fear that other independent artists have of doing the same. This is a legit fear because the prevailing wisdom is you've got to be on the platform in order to get found. But discovery is a myth on Spotify, and a myth that I think that we need to debunk. And there's a couple reasons for this, so let me go over this. The first reason is that Spotify is not in any way motivated to surface the work of independent artists. If you look at the way that they're funded, their shareholders, I don't think they're majority shareholders, but significant shareholders in the company are the big three record labels, right? So it makes sense that Spotify is going to play their catalog, right? That just makes good business sense for them. And that means that they're not going to focus on you or any independent artists. The other piece of this is just that, they're motivated to keep you on the platform. They need their usage numbers up for their shareholders, and to keep people on the platform who are non-paid Spotify subscribers, so that they can show them ads. And how do we do that? We're going to show folks in their algorithm and in their playlists the stuff that you already know and like. They're not going to take a risk that you're going to leave the platform or that you're going to constantly skip. They want you to have a good experience with it, so that's what they're going to surface. And that means, the indie artists just sort of get pushed to the side and are just not a priority for them. And look, that's fine. Never mind all the ethical issues for Spotify. Just from a business standpoint, it doesn't make sense for them to try to help you. So that means that we got to do all the work in pushing people to listen to our music on some platform. I'm just saying that platform does not need to be Spotify, right? Like, if I got to do all the work anyway to send my people via social media or via Patreon or via email list or via DMs or text messages, then why am I working for Spotify for free? That could be any platform, right? So if I got to do all the work, if Spotify is not going to help me, I just don't see the reason that I want to be doing unpaid labor for this unethical company. All right, second thing is just that best case scenario here is that, let's say, like last night I was on stage and I say you can find me on these platforms, whatever. And other artists do this too, where they're like, you look me up on Spotify, give them a name, whatever. And if someone happens to pull out their phone and looks you up or whatever, this is unlikely anyway that this activity is going to happen. But just let's, for sake of argument, say that this is what they do. And they may find you, listen to a song, but Spotify is going to make sure that that's as close to a one-and-done interaction as possible, right? Because they're pushing playlists, and in general, their entire interface is trying to disaggregate music and trying to devalue the relationship between you, the listener, and your favorite artists. So they kind of disperse the content and make it difficult for you to go in and just listen to a record. The UX just urges you in that direction. So this is likely that someone finds you, looks you up, maybe gives you a listen, and that's probably it. That's probably the end of the transaction, unless it really, really strikes a chord and that person is really, really devoted to Spotify. Is that, when you think of all the hurdles that have to be crossed for that to happen, it just makes that scenario really, really unlikely. So I just think discovery is a myth. We got to do the work anyway. We can do that on behalf of any platform. It may as well be an ethical one and not Spotify.